Sharp, respect, West Side. Today, I is here with my main man, Paul Revere. Although Paul Revere was one of America's greatest presidents, his reign was clouded in legend and mythology. Today, we is here to separate the truth from the fact and the lies from the liars. Keep it real. Now, rude boys, to begin separating the truth from the fact, I is here with a good friend, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. He spun the poem about Paul Revere that has created the mythology that surrounds him. So why does you make lies about America's finest president?
Alright, first of all, Paul Revere was not the president of the United States.
You say tomato, I say tomato, whatever.
Well, my poem was not written to be factual.
Then why has he done it?
It was written as poetry.
Why is you scandal on it? In the West States, not only is that against the law, scandal, but 'tis disrespect. It's disrespect to make lies.
You're wasting my time.
If
this interview is over. This guy's an idiot.
He's been
wasting my time.
Say face down! Yo, this is Paul Revere, and he is going to act out the myth that was spun about him by the Wadsworth. The Midnight Ride by Henry Longsworth Wadfellow. Listen, my children, and you shall hear of the Midnight Ride of Paul Revere. On the 18th of April in 75, hardly a man is now alive who remembers that famous day and year. To his friend.
If the British march by land or sea from the town tonight, hang a lantern aloft in the belfry arch of the north church tower as a signal light, one if by land and two if by sea. And I on the opposite shore will be ready to ride and spread the alarm through every elvish glade and farm, for the country folk to be up and to arm.
He said,
Good night.
And with muffled oars silently rowed to the Charleston shore, just as the moon rose over the bay, where swinging wide at her moorings lay. The Somerset British man of war, a phantom ship with each mast and spar across the moon like a prison bar, and a huge black hulk that was magnified by its own reflection in the tide.
He is climbing the church tower to see which way the British are coming by, whether they come through the misty lakes or the elvish glades. And then he will light the lanterns to determine that.
The British are coming! Light.
I'm rowing to the other shore in my boat. Why look up there. I see the lights in the church tower, so now I know which way the British are coming by. The British are coming! The British are coming! The British are coming! The British are coming!
Who are you?
Oh, hello, sir. Paul Revere.
Oh, the silversmith from Rhode Island.
Yes, the British are coming.
British?
Tomorrow, they're coming.
To do what?
Fight the Americans.
They wouldn't dare fight Lexington's militia.
Yeah, what time is it, buddy?
It's 1 a.m.
1 o'clock, I'm in Lexington. I better ride to Concord by 2 a.m.
British are coming. It's American.
2 a.m. outside of Concord.
British are coming. It's one of those traitors. Get him. We missed him. Too bad we didn't capture him.
In the books have you have read how the British regulars fired and fled, how the farmers gave them ball for ball, behind each ruined stone and farmyard wall, chasing the redcoats down the lane, then crossing the fields to emerging in. Under the trees at the turn of the road, and only passing to fire and load. And that's the end of the myth. Basically, the Americans win. Paul Revere saves the day, riding alone throughout many towns.
Go on and slip into Xanax bars. I'm ready to get full. Bit the crown to wash it down. I'm downtown, snapping rules. Ain't no
Yo, there it was. We heard the myth. Next, we is gonna see the truth. The truth, not the lies spun by this Henry Longsworth hollow fellow. Okay? So, recognize, keep it real. We's gonna see the truth.
Alright, Carl, Jimmy, I have a sinking suspicion the British are coming tonight. I'm gonna light the lanterns in the church tower, one if they're coming by land, and two if they're coming by sea.
Carl, be ready to ride.
Yes, I need you to be ready to ride to Concord. I'll ride to Lexington. Jimmy, you take Boston. And we have to spread the word to the American colonists so that they'll be ready to fight the British tomorrow.
Alright. And if they don't come, then...
I won't light any lanterns and you guys won't say anything.
Okay.
I'm a hustler, I'm a hustler, homie. I'm a hustler, I'm a hustler.
British are coming by sea, I better light both the lanterns. Time to go to Lexington for me.
Paul Revere,
Yeah.
you were hereby released on order of the British.
That's good.
Yo, mad the whole of them, I spin them like a windmill. You talk for them, go to them and we got the skill. Dance can nice and
Respect. Alright, so there it was. First we saw the mythology, then we saw the truth. And now, for the grand finale, we's here with Paul Revere himself. So Paul Revere, what is America?
Well, America is a country.
At your time, it was England. That's where I was from.
Well, technically we were under British rule, the rule of the King, King George, but we always considered ourselves Americans.
Alright, so I heard your job, you is a silversmith. What is that?
It means I make things out of silver. I don't actually make the silver, I take the silver ore in the ground and pound it in shapes.
So, if I was a silversmith, does I have a shot at being president too?
I mean, anyone can be president in America as long as you were born here and you're 35 years of age or older.
How many years was you president?
I was never president.
What?
I was never the president of the United States of America.
What?
I was president of the East Coast Silversmithing League, but that's about it. I was never president of the United States.
But this was all based on if you was a president.
The only thing I did was I got caught and I spent a night in an English jail.
Then what's with all them? What about the poems, the scandal against you by Henry
That
Longfellow?
was just about my midnight ride, not about my presidency, which didn't exist.
Is you mad at this Longfellow?
No,
What if we brought him here and you talked to him? How would you feel?
I just talked to him about how he researched about me and wrote a poem about me, which is very kind.
But the poem was not true.
Well, he took literary license with it, but overall, parts of it were true. It was a good poem.
Alright, respect.
Yeah. It's nice to meet you, sir. What's your name?
That's Ali G.
Oh.
It's from England. Alright, there you have it, boys and girls. This is Paul Revere, one of America's greatest presidents. Today, we separated the mythology from the fact. We saw that Paul Revere did not go to Lexington and conquer. He went to just Lexington. There were other riders. It wasn't just him. And he was even a silversmith before he was president. Thank you very much for being on the show, Paul Revere. Keep it real. Yeah. Thank you for being on today's show. It's Longfellow.
It was my pleasure, you know.
Please learn that you wasn't. So. Alright, the camera's on. Very nice. That's awesome.
I want one. It's so cool.
Pretty good.
Good.